Ladies and gentlemen, swells and belles, men with mustaches and damsels with tattoos, dreamers, schemers, and punk steamers, night watchers of all shades, welcome once again to the 4th annual Steampunk Fashion Exposition. We have for you tonight a fiery feast of fast fashion and formidable folderol, tantalizingly tailored togs to tempt, tease, and please. And you shall witness, right here on this very stage, socialites and scoundrels, long drinkers and short shooters. You shall see soldiers of fortune and fortunate souls, misunderstood heroes and applauded villains. And as the judges calculate their figures, we'll have a figure for you to contemplate by way of a special guest, the incomparable belly dancing stylings of Rana Regina. So, before we get started, I would like to introduce those judges to you. First of all, we have Damon and Yancy Thrift. They have been doing, please stand up, gentlemen. Those that have been coming to this con are no strangers to them. They have been doing sci-fi costuming for 6 years, and last year they won Best in Show at the Masquerade for their Steampunk, TARDIS, and Dalek. Once again, and we also have Caroline Harden, who has been costuming for 12 years at cons, Ring Game, and with Steam Century Yahara. That's to the south, people, check a map. She was also winner of Neil Gaiman's American Gods Costume Contest at the House on the Rock. She got to ride the carousel. So, now, without any further ado, on with the show. First of all, we have Lady Guinevere, explorer and avid seeker of lost historical treasures, the product of a wild, secret affair by a crazy old coot of great wealth, power, and nobility, who was also a recluse, and his parlor maid, the great love of his life. He raised her to fly in the face of societal conventions, and when he died, left her his vast fortune, gentlemen, to run amok, which she happily does. Lady Guinevere, thank you very much. And now we have a very dangerous entry, Natsuko the Talon. With the ferocity of a beast, he will protect his charge from all that dare threaten. Natsuko, thank you very much. Next we have another who is no stranger to the boards hereupon, Dominic, and his latest creation, the Steam Hat. Keeps your head warm. Take a chance. You'll also notice that he's wearing a Gambler's Bandolier from Da Vinci Scientifica, available next door in the dealer's room. Don't go now, they'll be open tomorrow. And now we have Sarah J. Tesh. In honor of her English heritage, the applique on the blouse, skirt, and shawl are hand-sewn. The shawl, indeed, the shawl itself is actually a one-time curtain balance. After all, as her mother always said, necessity is the mother of invention. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a special duo. We have the Artificer and his masterpiece. A fully functional wind-up automaton doll, crafted to be the perfect companion with a little winding. The costume, you shall notice, is completely handmade, from the accessories to the wind-up mechanism. Her trusty tinkerer is always there to aid her in times of need with his trusty hammer, goggles, and screwdrivers. Now we have the next entry, Claire Vriesen. This spunky mechanic spends her time fiddling with gears and cogs on airships, steam engines, and all manner of devices. Her utility belt is always filled with metal odds and ends. Thank you, Claire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Michael Zakin. This air pirate is the terror of the skies, with protective leather tunic for leaping through clouds from deck to deck, and a half dozen pouches for storing his booty. His presence spells doom for any merchant airship. Beware. Thank you, Michael. And now we have Mistress Quimby, aviatrix of the ether. Despite sucker marks on her legs from the last water resupply, she flies her dirigible in search of ether samples. Her frock coat is adorned with her hard-earned wings and nautilus metal. Her vest is stitched with the precious ether that glows even in the midst of a tempest. Thank you, Mistress Quimby. Now, you may not guess the identity of this gentleman, but I'll give you a clue. This murderer is known for using common and unusual weapons alike. That's right, it's Colonel Mustard with a wrench on the mainstay. Next, we have Mademoiselle Chell. Thanks to breakthroughs in copper wiring, steam-powered propulsion, and aperture science, Mademoiselle Chell is showcasing the future of long-distance travel. The aperture science device weighs a mere 15 pounds and comes with an attractive shoulder sling. It will be available for purchase in the spring of '45. Tell your friends, STEAM is the future of aperture science. And those of a military mind will recognize Major Foley. He would normally be at a loss without his regular timepiece, but with his trusty astrolabe and compass, he can determine the time anywhere. It's daytime. Thank you, Major. Alternate fan history fans will recognize Poison Ivy. Beware, Victorian Gotham. Steampunk Poison Ivy has come to town, both elegant and dangerous. The costume was created by Katie with ivy and rose detailings and a detachable train. Look out, Batman. This lady is ready for a night on the town. Thank you very much. Now we have a special treat. Smile, it's the steampunk photographer, Mitch Thompson. Capturing moments in time. Coat and vest by Evelyn Thompson. Camera, goggles, and mustache by Mitch Thompson. I can appreciate that. Thank you, sir. And now we have Alexander M. Knight, representing the League of Proper Villains. We are always looking for a few good minions and new members. Stay vile, comrades. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present the Butterfly, a flashy assassin for hire. She is deadly good at her job. Her favorite weapons include poisoned lipstick and her trusty scissors. Beware of the butterfly. Thank you. Now we have Captain M. Kelvin Baker, one of the great number of airship pirates seeking to plunder the merchant shipping coming out of East Asia and India. Captain Baker distinguishes himself by acting from above and climbing down the gas bag rigging. In so doing, he quickly realized that the bulky boots, so popular amongst his fellow pirates and very fashionable, were a terrible hindrance. When it comes to successfully completing a raid, he is not too proud to don the simple leather shoes of a common sailor. This is why pirates succeed. Fashion sense. Thank you, Captain Baker. Now we have Rebecca Dean. Almost a mostly handmade costume. Only pieces of clothing purchased were the corset, skirt, jacket, and tights. Shirt, not skirt, shirt. Metal accents, such as cufflinks, buttons, and some of the rings were created or painted. The hat and brooch were also handmade. The gun was hand-painted with added metal accents. Ladies and gentlemen, this is her first costume. Thank you very much. Now we have Captain Lewis Dane. He is a Welsh merchant captain, the Zeppelin HMS Treasure. He flies for riches and adventure all over the world. Let's hear it for Captain Lewis Dane. Now we have, attention, Alexander Gardner, Colonel of the Artillery for the Maharaja Ranjit Singh of Kafiristan. Ladies and gentlemen, I give thee Alexander Gardner, Colonel of Artillery. Once upon a time, evil queens, riding dress, and her coachman. I think we can see all that needs to be seen. These outfits were by Chris Vanderkamp and assistance by Peter Buchholz. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Alexander Zale of Zale Limited. Alexander is an importer of fine goods. If you need something, anything, Alex can find it, or it cannot be found. Thank you very much, Alexander. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the first portion of our program. Those were the competitors. We have additional exhibitors that have either won accolades in the past and are giving somebody else a chance for a change, or representatives of vendors that you can find in our dealer's room next door. So without further ado for those, let me bring forth a past winner, the crew of the Brass Falcon, aerial privateers. We have this evening Captain McClelland, Commander Edwin Dane, and First Gunner's Mate Mercy Colt. Aerial privateers, not pirates, privateers. And now we have a lovely duo that are representing Lady Heather's Fashions and Artemis Leather. First we have Jewel. She is wearing a long bustle skirt held up in front by skirt clips, an empire top, a hard leather corset, and metropolis heeled shoes, along with accessories that can all be found at Lady Heather's Fashions. Then we have Cassie, who is wearing a short bustle skirt, goggles, and steampunk pouch accessories that can also be found at Lady Heather's Fashions. She is also wearing a stingray front panel changeable corset, hair clip, flower, and feather that can be found at Artemis Leather. Two very lovely ladies featuring goods that can be purchased even today. Thank you. certainly not least, we have a fine array of designs from Scoundrels Inc., a local designer here in St. Paul. She specializes in both custom and off-the-rack corsets, blouses, skirts, and more for men and women. Gentlemen, try wearing a corset. It's a new experience. They can be found in the dealer's room next door. The ladies and the goods. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, we're going to give those judges some time to tabulate their results, and we have a special treat for you. Backed by popular demand and demanded by popular backers, from the far reaches of the exotic Orient to the hidden sands of the high Eurasian desert, comes a beautiful, exotic belly dancer of great skill and even greater beauty. I give you the sultry siren of the shifting sands, Rana.
floor, I take a sip from the bottle, and the ship's no more. The ship, the bottle, the floor, I take a sip from the bottle, and the ship's no more. The ship's in the ship, in the bottle, in the floor, I take a sip from the bottle, and the ship's no more. The ship's in the bottle, in the floor, in the floor, I take a sip from the bottle, and the ship's no more. Tea on my lips, I would sit and I would twist, I would kiss, I would kiss, I would kiss, I would kiss, 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 kiss. Tea.
Thank you once again to Rana Regina. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may wonder, who is this Mr. Dark, and what is that Dark Carnival? Well, it is my carnival. It is that mysterious carnival show of whispered renown. We have objects, items, experiences that will delight with music, mayhem, and mystery. We have games of skill and chance. We have visions of wonder and horror, not for the faint of heart or mind. We have stirring samples of sonic syncopation and delightful diversions of dance. This show can only be found on, well, smaller stages in darker venues. The show is definitely not for children. And the next appearance that we will have nearby will be in Madison coming this fall. Watch for it at darkcarnival.com. That's D-A-R-K-E, Mr. Dark. And ladies and gentlemen, people often ask me, Mr. Dark, what is your favorite kind of music? And, well, do you know what I tell them?
No.
Thank you, you're hired. I tell them live music. Music that is not just played, but performed. Well, we'll find all sorts of music here at CONvergence, you know that right well. But I heartily recommend you go and experience the musical stylings of Bad September at Harmonic CONvergence. Yes, local favorites. They are going to be at Harmonic CONvergence at 7 o'clock, almost immediately after the show. Now don't leave now, there's plenty of seats available. You'll have time to get there. It's just downstairs. These talented musicians will perform music that will stir your imagination with their visions of our future past. And they will tempt your feet to dance with moving melodies and rousing rhythmic rhymes. So remember, Bad September, extraordinary music with a steampunk flavor. Just downstairs from here at Harmonic CONvergence, tonight at 7, no extra charge. And now, without further ado, let's bring back out all of the people here who have entered into the competition. Accolades for the one and all. There's so many. I'd ask them all to take a bow, but considering the amount of hardware, accessories, and weapons we have on stage, I think that would be a bad idea. So I'll ask them all to wave. Thank you, everyone. And since I have theirs and your attention, I would also like to thank everyone who helps make this experience possible for you. Members of Steam Century here and in Madison, and various well-dressed people that are behind the scenes doing all sorts of wonderful things to keep this show working and running smoothly and ticking like a clockwork show of steampunk fashion. I need to write these things down before I make them up. All right, here we go. Starting in reverse order, we have honorable mention, Best Historical Character, Alexander Gardner. Next we have honorable mention, Best Accessory, Steam Hat, Dominic. Well earned. He's so full of creativity, that one. Next, honorable mention, Judge's Choice, Becca Dean. Next we have an honorable mention for Best Prop, Steampunk Photographer. And I might remind all of you that for those that care to participate, they will be available for pictures and questions immediately after the show, as will Rana. And she is also doing a show midnight at the Oasis tomorrow at midnight. Watch for her. All right, next we have honorable mention, Judge's Choice, Lady Guinevere. Please come forward. Keep your eye on that one, gentlemen. And ladies. Honorable mention, Judge's Choice, Mademoiselle Chell. And a final honorable mention goes Judge's Choice to Alexander Knight. See the handshake, you'll find out later if you're evil enough. Now, drum roll. Second runner-up, the Artificer and his masterpiece. Again, the Artificer and his masterpiece. Well done. With that drum roll, first runner-up, Poison Ivy. Would you travel on the road with me and do this at every show? Wonderful. I don't pay much, but you know. Best in Show. Drum roll. Chase Vanderkamp and Peter Buchholz. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the 4th Annual Steampunk Fashion Exposition. I would like to thank again everyone who participated, all of you that came to join us, and remember, if you're having fun, you're doing it right.